with their DK. Let's see if that's true.
It doesn't look like
Oh, but Fabs, wow, look at that damage straight from the start, down to half-life. Already we have a blind onto Glyptic from that pet.
Oh, there's
Gets
the
ripped back
grip.
down. Wow, massive heal right there. As Glyptic is HOJ'd out of it too, but look at the damage on to Sleeping, that Master's Call and IBF on him. But Fabs with that pet and the Hunter just dumping massive amounts of damage on it.
Deal.
And the Necrotic Stride is starting to stack up. Look at how early that Spirit Link Totem was forced.
Yep, that Spirit Link down. Glyptic
And they are playing Frost. There we go. The Hungry and Cold didn't work very well as another is Pillared, getting that strength bonus.
Oh, Sleeping taking so much damage. He's out of cooldowns that allow him to stay toe-to-toe.
Oh, another though.
Anything.
Look at the damage
spiking.
everywhere. This team dumping so much damage into every target on Yaz Presents, but it looks like Yaz Presents going on Sleeping this time. Sleeping trying to get line of sight right now.
Yeah, he's actually kiting, which is pretty uncommon to see DKs do this early in the match. Generally, they're still putting
Oh,
pressure
and look
on
at
him,
this.
waiting for
They're
their
allowed to
heals.
go on the Paladin now. His Trinket's down, his Bubble is down. The wings are basically all he has left on him, but look at the
Lock is
damage
holy.
everywhere. Oh, and this is what happens right after the start. They didn't get a kill. Deterrence is up on Junyoung. Gucci at half-life with a Hex on Sleeping. Yaz Presents
a
can kill
boss
whatever
trap.
they want now.
He just threw that trap all the way across, caught Glyptic in it, and that's going to allow them probably to reset this match a little bit. They're not going to want to push in. You know, Yaz Presents can't just go running into a fight here because that Hunter is still very dangerous. Paired with the DK, they can still kill anybody in just a few seconds.
Oh, there's so much damage out of everything. Another just back-to-back damage over and over and over. Sleeping getting really low, having to tap to give himself back up, and there it goes down.
Yaz Presents making it look good. A nice early kill. They put out so much pressure on another nearly going down there early on. Fabio also taking so much damage, but they played it very well. Saw the superior positioning and just better
look at
peels.
that.
Better peels coming out.
Look at that Frost DK damage coming out there. The only Hungering out of that match. Didn't do too much out of it, of course, but wow.
Boss
Great
damage.
choice on going Frost there.
Yeah, that was just, look at his damage output. I mean, it's completely different than what we've seen in other DKs in
Oh,
this
yeah.
tournament.
Instead of doing 8,000 as his max, got a couple 21,000 Frost Strikes in there.
Yeah, I mean, that just makes all the difference. You see, you know, spiking Sleeping down like that, getting Young up really low and forcing that deterrence at a pretty bad time for him because he was unable to keep the pressure up. Yaz Presents just sort of fell back and recouped any losses they had on health and mana, got right back into the fight. Made it look good. It was good cooldown management too by them.
Yeah, and I mean, look at the damage straight from the start. We said these would be fast matches, and
Yeah.
Fabs went from full to half almost instantly. Right from the start. All right, we're just waiting for both teams to lock in their comps this time around. Once they're ready, we're going to send them back in for the second round. And every match we've seen has just been so fast with this team. And there we go. That's going to be our Hunter of Jungyup. Definitely carrying that Hunter banner, being the only one at this tournament.
Yep.
Only 2 Paladins at this tournament, I do believe. So Gucci
Yep.
representing quite well.
Oh yeah, they're obviously doing a great job. You saw their seed in this entire tournament where no one even, you know, predicted them to do anything. They rolled right into top 4 like it was no problem.
Oh, yeah. Yep. After the first couple matches, when we heard that EG was defeated by OMG, I took a walk and took a look at the standings, and I was like, wow, they didn't just beat EG.
Yeah. Yeah,
Found their way into the finals.
I didn't even see it coming until the very end of last night. You know, I was just looking at the board, and hey, is that for real? The South Korean team absolutely demolishing us? Okay, awesome. I can't wait to see it tomorrow. And yeah, I got to watch some of their matches, and all of them have been impressive. Like I said, PHDK, to come this far with that as your main comp is pretty impressive in the big meta game of WoW.
Okay, so like I said before, Blade's Edge was the only map that I've seen these two teams play against on, and of course OMG ended up winning that match by killing the Shaman, Glyptic, the last time, and they were quite frustrated at the end of that, but I like the change by using that Frost DK. You know, they're going to be able to force a trinket, basically, if they can land the Hungry and Cold at the right time. But the big thing to note is they really don't have that many interrupts with this. So if they're dumping interrupts into their primary target or the healer, another's going to be able to get those Hungry and Colds off.
Yeah, no doubt. His damage is going to be so high, and it's going to catch up with him too fast because Gucci's playing a good, you know, excellent Holy Paladin here at the tournament, but it's so difficult to just keep up with the type of damage that, you know, Fabio and another are capable of putting out together because it's so spread out, and Paladin's fairly susceptible to crowd control. after a certain point, of course, in their cooldowns. But that comes so fast because this team is meant to play fast. So, you know, you expect to see bubbles blown kind of offensively here on Gucci's side just to keep his team in the fight to try to convert for that kill. Because if they slow the match down at all and they try to draw it out, there's a very good chance they will not be victorious.
All right, as he's going to resummon his pet. The gates are going to open. We're going to follow the Hunter. Let's hear it for both teams. So much is on the line at this point.
Map 2 in the single elimination part of Blizzcon 2011 Battle Invitation Tournament. Sleeping caught into an early coil, and there goes his trinket, just like that.
Good eye. Oh, wow, look at the damage out onto Sleeping as the Hunter is completely crowd control. IBF coming out very quickly. Sleeping's able to pick himself back up with a bunch of heals from Gucci, of course, but there's where the Frost is gonna matter right now as he is rooted in place.
Yeah, he's just gonna go toe-to-toe with another here for a second, it looks like. Just going to trade a little bit of damage back and forth. Fabio pretty much ignored. Look at the jungle right now. He's sitting up top, putting some damage down on Fabio.
All right, as Fabs ports back up, knowing he's going to be the target. And if they can disrupt the flow of damage, then that's what they definitely did at that point. Oh, but look at that. Another down to half right now. He IBF'd. Try to stay in the library here. Jungyup feared again. That was a great job on the second fear. But he's going to get right back onto Fabs this time, since another was a little bit out of position for him to switch onto.
Yeah, and this is good. I like how they pulled back here. You know, like I said, if they slow down at all, it's kind of a loss. But this is pretty smart. Sleeping, trying to get away, gripped way out from that starting area, back into range of Fabio. Fabio catching that silencing shot, and they should be able to line up some damage on him here as he's standing right out front.
All right, so we do have another onto Sleepings right now. Yet again, going to mitigate a lot of that magic damage right now. Jungyup with his rapid fire up, starting to dump damage into another, and another kites away out of line of sight. But they're going to immediately turn on to Fabs, who's down to half life right now with a big heal from Glyptic.
Just so much coming in necrotic strikes. It's like you see them stacking up slowly. Fabio spiking again, even though there is shield on him, Glyptic getting a silencing shot right there. All it's going to take is a trap or anything. A scatter shot, that trap. Oh, the pet catches it. Very, very fortunate for that.
Oh, and Fab's really low right now. Oh, gets picked back up yet again. Ported away. This is great because Sleeping's taking so much damage. No heals coming out. Gucci is bubbled right now. As he's used everything. Trinket, bubble, so many timers. Sleeping with that Master's Call on, trying to get away. Down to 24,000 hit points. They just need to crowd control that Paladin once the bubble fades, and they'll be able to land a kill.
Yeah, exactly. And that's so unfortunate.
Oh, but here it comes. Here comes the damage onto the Shaman. As he's down to 50,000 hit points, we hear the Europeans call for him to get away. As he's trying to right now, Stone Form to drop off all those diseases. Getting one heal off, and here we go. Now he's going to be silenced. Necrotic Strike is stacking up right now as he's trying to fake getting those Riptides off. Sleeping, barely living through that last onslaught, of course, but the dots are back on as Gucci is full strangulated. Wow, look at that damage.
Goes for the bop. Doesn't really manage to pull anything off there.
Look at that. Yas presents the tactic change. Played everything. I mean, it was exactly the switching to the Frost, him able to just put out that damage instead of the Necrotic Strikes. Plays it all over the place. The Paladin has trouble trying to heal multiple targets.
Yeah, he does. One of the weaknesses of the class for sure. Yeah, excellent target choice. Good positioning too. I mean, Sleeping's tried to get away a few times there, and they just would not let him. Another staying all over the positioning in that match.
Oh yeah, and look at that. Jungyup doing
how well Hunters work on Ring of Valor. And it's essentially you zone in and hit anybody on the map that you want to. So yeah, Jungyup's going to be a huge threat for the entire match, and we'll just have to see how Yas Presents counters that. They've done a pretty decent job so far, but now this would be a good opportunity for OMG to rally back.
The gates have to be opening pretty soon. Let's hear it. Come on, guys. These guys need your support.
OMG,
OMG, the only Hunter in the tournament, making it to the semifinals, proving that Hunters can do things.
They can do things. Many things, in fact.
All right. Rena's about to start. As we can see, he's going to summon that wolf right from the start. And then he always switches to the monkey right before, using that bad manner blind. And that's it was such a good addition to the Hunter class when they got the monkey pet with that blind. All right, gates are about to open. We know he's going to dump a ton of damage from the start. Let's see where their first target. It looks like they're going to be going on the healer as they are aiming for Glyptic right now. As they're going to chase him. And look at Glyptic hiding all the way in the back as Jungyup is coming up, already hitting his rapid fire, gets feared away. And this is what they need to do. Yas Presents Wow, putting a ton of damage onto Sleeping right now. That Hand of Sacrifice is going to mitigate a bit of damage. Gucci feared away, already popping his pet, but look at another. And that's what happens when the Hunter and DK connect on the same target.
Yeah, but that was good coordination. I believe they were trying to coordinate Big Pillar blocking his heals. That is about as clever as I've seen in a long time. If they continue to play like this, I think they should be able to take another down, even
look at that,
IBF.
peeks his head out just for a second, gets a huge heal off. And then the Necrotic Strike's tracking back up. Another is in trouble right now.
Elliptic in a scatter into a silencing shot, but does get that Spirit down.
Spirit Link Totem is dropped right there. It's already faded. Another still taking a lot of damage. They need to put the damage onto Sleeping right now.
Sleeping.
In that AMZ, of course, which has faded. Another getting quite low. And looks like he stole the bubble, and that's what it is. He has a Divine Shield up right now. Great job right there. Hell yeah.
I was just wondering what was happening.
Let's get another.
Dark Simulacrum really coming in clutch from another.
All right, so here we go. He's going to try to get that Hungering Cold off, and here it goes. He's going to catch the Paladin, and that's who he wanted to. They're going to go on Sleeping really hard. Gucci has no way out right now. A Fear immediately after it, which is going to be Afteration, but Glyptic taking so much damage.
Yep, and Young Up, actually Young Up peeled off of the Fear through his rapid fire.
Oh, here it comes. Those Necrotic Strikes is stacked really high.
Glyptic goes down.
Wow.
Sleeping,
going down.
Gonna live, definitely. Bop taking off almost immediately, but not a big deal. Sleeping's gonna stay up through that match. Yeah, lots of damage.
Ring of Valor, look at that. Constant damage. Glyptic played that perfectly, tried to stay as far back as he could, using the Pillar LOS as much as he could. Fabs and others still trying their best, because you never know in these situations. But it looks like the team OMG is going to take this round on Ring of Valor.
Well, Ring of Valor definitely confers the biggest advantage to their comp, no doubt about it. But they just played that perfectly. From the very beginning, you know, they looked like they were going to go on a Glyptic, and then they just hopped on another as soon as they saw that call, just to get his cooldowns out of the way. That's pretty much how you have to play against a DK at this level.
So that makes it 2-1.
Yep.
That means OMG still on the brink of elimination at this point. Of course, Yaz presents. All I need is that one win.
Exactly. And, you know, OMG could easily come back from this and show us another upset. I mean, just imagine if they took Yaz Presents out here and just went into that match against MLS. That would be absolutely ridiculous. And then on the same foot, you've got Shadow Cleave rematch versus MLS, which is going to be just a spectacle.
I will not complain if it goes to a 2-2.
Yeah, I won't complain either way, no matter what happens at this point, basically. I want to see every match, any possible combination of matches here.
Of course.
Seems pretty legit.
Give the players a second or two to breathe before we get them back into the game once they are ready and have locked in their comps. So they have to, just like at home when you create a character on the Arena Tournament realm, that's what these guys had to do. Some of the players, the European players, you just given the accounts right when you show up, and of course, you have to set up everything that you have to prepare for every type of comp that you're going to face against. Of course, we talked about before, these players have so many different options on how to spec, glyph, gear their team completely, and we talked about even something as simple as a meta gem completely changes things.
Oh, for sure, and you know, little details do crop up time and time again, and sometimes they go unnoticed, sometimes, you know, everyone catches them and they're like, hey, that was really clever. But either way, that's how the game's been played for a long time. And you know, that's what it takes. If you're sitting at home, if you're wondering about any pro tips, as it were, really, to be a master of your class, you do have to think about absolutely everything, not just your skill interactions with your teammates. I mean, it takes so much more than that. So watching these videos at home is a pretty good way to get better as a player, I would say. I'm sure many of you would agree in the crowd. That's why a lot of you are probably here watching some of your favorite players play, because you enjoy playing World of Warcraft and you would like to be better. So,
all right.
Pro tip, if you're going up against a mage and you are a shaman, Orc plus stun reduction meta equals hilarious win.
All right, so out of the gates, it's going to open in just a second. Top left is going to be Yaz Presents with another playing Frost DK this time around with that great steal on the bubble last time. Glyptic on Resto Shaman, who's been playing an amazing game. Even on that ROV, he lasted a very long time. And of course, Fabs, who wants to make his way back to the World Championship. Let's see if he can. Gates are open, and it's going to be OMG versus Yaz Present as Gucci trying to use the stairs as a LOS straight from the start. Doesn't want to take a lot of initial damage. Fab's getting that Demon Soul up, but look at that, immediately onto another from the start as Jungyup is able to keep him in line of sight as he's on the corner. Wow, so much damage coming out onto another right from the start as he's already having to Dark Pact. already having to IBF so much damage out straight from the start. And look at that, strangulate onto Glyptic, and there we go. There comes the necrotic strike.
Scatter to
See ya.
strangle, just what a ridiculous combination. Very surprised.
Wow.
I saw the scatter very early on Glyptic, but he did not trinket. And that was...
And that sad, lonely shaman standing next to the Spirit Link Totem by himself.
I mean, maybe just a lapse in communication, something like that.
It's probably what that was right there. I mean, massive amount of damage, and it's what they did to kill the healer the first time I saw them play. You stack up that large, huge stack of Necrotic Strike while they're CC'd, so once they get out of it, they have no options.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, just a full scatter is what started the map off for Glyptic.
All right. I want to get these guys right back in. That match went so fast.
Yeah. And now we are tied.
Yes, we are.
2-2. This is game match once again in single elimination bracket, going to a map 5 here between OMG and Yas Presents. Can't possibly get any closer than this.
All right, and I'm going to send the players right back in once they are ready. There we go, and the players are out of the arena, so I'm going to send them right back in because I want to see this match as much as you guys do.
No
And
changes to be made, it looks like. I think the major change you're going to see from Yas Presents is, you know, Another's probably not going to die instantly again.
Guess what map it is? The Ring of Valor is going to be the deciding. Oh, yeah, you guys like this.
I was waiting for it.
Oh, wow.
Well, look on the bright side.
Bright side? What bright side?
You're not going to miss
There
any
is
of
no
the action.
bright side for Glyptic whatsoever on this map. He is in trouble beginning to end.
Yeah,
and we saw that.
That is a very true statement. You know, he had some line of sight advantage there at the very, very beginning. I think they could capitalize on. And, you know, honestly, it just comes down to peels. Fabio could probably change it up, go more defensive with another. Quite frankly, maybe disrupt the HPDK because they haven't really tried that. They need to try something new. I mean, it's kind of late, if I'm being honest, to try any strategies in this match, but I think doing the same thing on Ring of Valor is going to result in an auto loss. So I'm looking for some new strats here.
All right, guys, I need your help for OMG. They just came back 2 games. I know they're the crowd favorites. You want to see him play against Skillcap. Get them pumped up. These guys are doing amazing.
They are. Bringing it back to tie. PHDK versus Shadow Cleave from the EU region.
All right, let's see if they can change a little bit. Looks like another 120,000 hit points right there. Of course, no kings for them.
Yeah.
But which means Gucci's probably wearing a little bit of PvE in that mix. We'll have to check that at some point. But Jung immediately, look at that. Rapid fire is the first thing he does to dismount as he disengages over. And now look at the damage onto another straight from the start yet again. Gucci feared away another using that AMS, but he has the other DK, of course, sleeping right behind him. Oh, but another not getting healed. There we go. Nature Swiftness, and he's blinded currently with the Nature Swiftness up. A stun onto another as he uses IBF and Lichborn. You can hear the frustration out of Glyptic as the Necrotic Strikes are beginning to stack, and this is the complete plan, is to go on another. It worked so well in the past.
Yeah, but see, now they've got Big Pillar up. They can actually kite around. Young Up is still in line of sight.
Oh, wow, and here comes the damage again.
Another down
Silence on Glyptic.
Brought back up.
Spirit Link Totem is dropped down, killed almost instantly. HOJ onto Glyptic also. That Earth Shield is helping the tiniest bit. Gucci with his fed up. Another taking so much damage again. As he's trying to cut another strangulate. Silencing on another.
Shot, and he goes down. OMG from South Korea. Who knew? Who knew that they would come this far and topple the EU champions?
Wow.
Truly.
Ring of Valor and Hunters. Amazing. Look at those guys, how excited they are.
Very excited, I would say.
There you go. There's your Hunter right there.
Yep, all you Hunter fans. Oh, you've got to be weeping with joy to see that type of damage, especially against a play class.
Wow, so just looking at the damage, of course, kill shot 28k. Fabs the 45k UA dispel onto Gucci, but it didn't matter.
You know, that's the cleanest PHDK play I've ever seen. It may not be the most complex strategy in the game right now, but Hunter damage is serious business. Fabio did his best to peel it, but